to the show. Our three questions that
with Sugar Fix in Chicago with Dr. Jessica Emery. So thank you so much for jumping on.
I mean, I'm still going to work on it, but yeah.
And then right away, as soon as that first thing comes out, they sign up for it.
Welcome to Dental Tech Chat. I'm your host, Allie, and I'm excited to be introducing y'all to Sonya Dunbar and Melissa Turner. They are both exceptional registered dental hygienists, and these ladies are so truly influential in giving us such great community and in this industry of dentistry, you guys. They bring so much to teledentistry, and I can't wait to hear all about your guys' tips and advice. So further ado, I'm going to hand it off to Sonya to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hey, thank you so much for having us on the show. I'm so excited to be here. You guys are my favorite dental product. So I'm so excited and honored that you allowed me to be on your show. Again, I'm Sonya Dunbar, also known as the Geriatric Toothfairy. Now, my passion is to save every senior in the world from dying from poor oral care as it relates to systemic diseases. So that is my passion. And my husband and I, Gerald Dunbar, are the owner of Mobile Dental Express, where we provide comprehensive dental care in nursing homes. And I partner with Melissa Turner, who you're going to hear from. She's super amazing. And we together developed the National Mobile and Teledentistry Conference. And it's just an amazing event. I'm hooked up, I'm connected with Sodium Dental because they are the first big product that we purchased as a mobile dental provider. And I will talk about it a little more in the interview, but I don't want to hold up my BFF, partner in crime, Melissa Turner, to introduce her beautiful self.
Sonya, you are amazing. Allie, thank you for having us today. Sonya and I just have fun. So I know, Allie, that you like to have fun too. So this is amazing just to be here. So like Sonya said, we are the co-founders of the National Mobile and Teledentistry Conference. And we've both got extensive experience running mobile programs, owning mobile programs, and now teledentistry, especially since we see the value of that since the shutdown. But on a personal level, I've got two little kiddos. They're 6 and 4. They're amazing. Aww. I'm a mom and they're in the house right now and they might be out here. So if you see them come in the picture, they're just my interns, right? That's what we're going to call them.
That's right.
So what I love is that dentistry is an amazing industry. And one of the things that I'm most passionate about, Sonya's passionate about her geriatric people and those that she loves. And my passion is to make dentistry a better experience for both the patient and the provider. We know that a healthy provider leads to a healthy patient. And so if there are ways that we can improve dentistry for the provider and then subsequently for the patient, that's what I'm all about. And you can find me on Instagram and even these days on Clubhouse and a little bit of TikTok under the Tooth Girl. That's where I really let loose these days. Yep, there you go.
That's so awesome. And my goodness, you guys, I'm so excited. You guys are so special and I'm so honored to have you both here. You guys give so much to this community. And I'm just also so grateful that us here at Sodium are able to help you guys with your guys' mobile and teledentistry. So I'm so excited to have you both here. And there we have it. I have these two incredible registered dental hygienists, Miss Sonya Dunbar and Melissa Turner. They both give so much to this community and they're such powerhouses when it comes to hosting the National Mobile Dentistry Conference, which is coming up in March. And I cannot wait to see you both there. It's going to be so exciting. And I know you guys have such amazing speakers coming to this conference and I'm excited myself to be there. So I wanted to ask you ladies, when you guys are doing your teledentistry community, I kind of wanted to hear like the journey of how you guys got started really quickly, because I've always wanted to know, and you guys are so awesome together on video all the time. And you guys have your podcast, the Dentistry Gone Wild. So tell me how it all started.
I'll let you jump in, Em.
Well, the running joke is that we met online. Right?
Oh.
And that's the bottom line. We met online.
Nice.
So what happened was, for a long time now, both Sonya and I have been building our own networks of mobile clinicians and friends who needed a resource when there were really no resources to be found for mobile dentistry and teledentistry. So we've both been doing it separately. And then a couple of years ago, we met online and we realized how we could work together to make an even bigger impact. And so we started co-branding and coming together and building businesses and organizations together. And then that takes us to today. She's my good friend and I love being with her. And I can always laugh when I'm around her. That's the good thing.
Oh my gosh. Hey, that's the best way to have a good partner you can lean on and know you guys have the same passion for this, community. You guys both just absolutely go above and beyond on that aspect. And I think it's amazing to see what you guys have created with teledentistry. It's just amazing. Like you said, where it wasn't really popular. Now it's really grown into something so beautiful. And you guys are already on your second year, which is incredible. And seeing that also with the senior care that you do, Sonya and Melissa, with every day being able to take care of both of the patient and making sure that you're continually educating yourselves to best take care of your patients. So like you guys said, the mouth connects to the whole body. And it's just really great to see that we can also get on wheels and go help the community that doesn't get, that help unless they're out there to help, because, some people can't always afford to get into the, what am I trying to say here? They're not always going to be able to, travel.
Go into into a brick and mortar building.
Yeah, a brick and mortar building. And I always think it's just so great that now we can have people who can come to them and take care of the patients when they, most need it. So I really think it's just great what's able to offer.
And Ali, I would like to piggyback on that, what you said, because during the pandemic, Melissa and I got inundated with calls from dentists that have brick and mortar practices, and they wanted to know how they could extend an arm into the community. Because I always say, since this pandemic, there are going to be patients who will never walk through your door again, but they will allow some part of the dental office to walk through their door. So that's where teledentistry is huge. And that's Melissa's back. That's her everything. She's like the teledentistry nerd, and she doesn't mind being called that, because if there's something new out on teledentistry or any laws, Melissa is following and she's knowing all the latest equipment. So teledentistry and mobile dentistry just go together, like Melissa says, and a lot of other people say, like peanut butter and jelly. So if you're a brick and mortar practice and you notice some of your patients have not come back, teledentistry is a way that you can send your hygienist or your assistant or even your office manager out to maybe do an exam. Or some offices would take the camera in and they could do an intraoral exam. Some offices sell the cameras for $25 and the people can do their own with the dentist, and the dentist can direct them around. And then when they come in, you've saved valuable chair time. And if you need to send a hygienist or an assistant out, they can definitely contact Sodium Dental, and they can get the portable x-ray equipment, which is very useful, which we absolutely love. Like I said, it was one of the first investments and one of the best investments I've made as a mobile dental provider.
Well, truly honored. Thank you so much for saying that. It means so much to us, and we really do try to, provide the kits so you guys can give the right care to your patients. We want to make it easily accessible, and we want to keep it at a price that works and fits in your guys' budget, and also to where the patients can then get this equipment for them, so you guys can have it and you guys can use it. So yeah, we're really excited that we're launching that for that. You guys, we're having that mobile kit made. It's gonna be really awesome, easy and portable too, which will be great. Right on wheels itself. So.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Yeah. We love wheels. We do.
Exactly. The wheels makes it way easier. Yeah. It's super compact. It's easy. It holds a laptop, a tube head, sensor holder, sensor. It's going to have everything you need. So we're going to have that on our website for you guys to share that around. So really, thank you so much, Sonya. I wanted to ask you guys through this, like you said, we're just getting out we're in still the COVID fog, but it's lifting, which is really nice to see. We're getting some bits of normalcy, but there's still a lot of PPE, and you guys are, working with your guys' patients. I just kind of want to know, like, when you're stepping into this, what types of technologies are you guys still seeing? That's like you're saying the intraoral camera, that is a very useful tool. So just kind of wanted to hear like your guys' aspects on, like, for other dentists, like what types of intraoral cameras you should be looking for, or like, what is the best way like say, like you said, either they get it sent to them, or do you guys go take them into the houses with the laptop?
Yeah, those are good questions. The biggest thing I remember back in the day, and Sonya, I know you'll remember this too, when the intraoral camera cost $20,000, $30,000, and it was manual focus, and you could only buy one for the practice. And I think the key is now to have the less expensive autofocus ones that you can have for every single op. So whether you spend $25 on it or $350 on it, it's so reasonable now. The biggest thing is with teledentistry and with mobile dentistry, finding, you're not going to diagnose off of a photo, right? That's the biggest thing. You look at the photo and you consider that with all the other assessments to come to a diagnosis or a recommendation. And so photos are there and they're great to represent what's going on in the mouth, but they're not going to be the end all. However, intraoral scanners are the newest thing, like the iTero and 3S. They're the newest thing for mobile clinicians to take out, because it gives you so much more information, so much more. So you couple that with the radiographs, with the intraoral photos, with the assessments that have been collected by the hygienist or the assistant, and by what the patient is telling you. And you don't even need to be there with the patient to give a recommendation or some part of a diagnosis. So it's amazing where things are going. And then even with the AI in the future, I mean, we at our conference, we're going to have a workshop on AI, and we're going to have a lot of talk about that and machine learning and all those fun things that go with it. So we're excited to see what technology holds in the future. But right now, my favorites, and maybe Sonya has different favorites, but my favorites would be the intraoral scanner as far as the most up and coming technology for mobile clinicians.
That is really awesome to hear. I'm really glad you got to share that with us, like you're saying with the scanner. I know it's definitely becoming a hot item. And like you said, the diagnosis on those, the diagnoses you guys can get with that full mouth image in 3D, it's just insane, like very incredible. And the intraoral camera, I think, is great for your guys' patient charts, patient layout form, getting that virtual image. And it really helps, again, like you said, kind of showing them and they can understand what's happening. Because that picture is going to definitely tell them what's wrong immediately. You know, that picture is like instant. It's like, oh, there's a carie right there. There's a problem, there's a crack.
And something equally as important too, and this is kind of one of these secrets that we've been hearing from our mobile clinicians and teledental clinicians, intraoral video is sometimes even more valuable than the photos, because what we see is that you can stop the video at any point. Right. So you can, and then you can enhance it. And so that has more depth and more possibilities to view it than just a photo. And so that's one of these tricks of the trade that we're learning.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really excited to hear that, because it's an important tool that I think it's great that that's been implemented. To, if Sonya wanted to add anything about maybe some of the products she's been using with doing the senior care, if there's anything she'd like to add on to that, or even with the teledentistry, anything that's been super popular that you've been hearing about.
Yes. Thank you. Now, I'm going to be really, really honest. When you're doing geriatric oral care and comprehensive dentistry, the pay is not the most. So anyone listening to this that's working in nursing homes, you're like, you're right, you know, or long-term care facilities or assisted living facilities or community homes.
And it's hard work, right, Sonya?
It's hard work, and it's not the most pay. So we don't get the tech stuff right away. We have to kind of, wait till I have to wait till it kind of goes on sale. So the biggest tool that we're using now is the intraoral camera. And we were able to provide each one of our facilities with one. I was able to do a video and do training for the CNAs to take down the COVID hall and to let the dentist see, even though they cannot diagnose, they can see one, if it's a cracked tooth or if it's a tooth that needs to if it needs to come out, if it's mobile, if it's what number it is, because a lot of times the CNAs don't even know the tooth number. So we can see general, and we can share that with the family member. We can share that with the dietitian. We can share it with the nutritionist. And this is huge. Like yesterday, we were there, and it was a lady who lower denture did not fit anymore. She had an extremely dry mouth. I had been treating her with Kosas, and they had given her a prescription, but the lower arch was totally flat. 91 years old, a firecracker, would not stop wearing that denture, and it was rubbing and putting sores down there. Her daughter, I was able to get her daughter on a teledentex call, and she to see her mother, who she wasn't allowed in the facility. She hadn't seen her mother in months. So it was a ball fest. I was crying and snotting, and everyone was crying. She was able to see her mother. We was able to chime the dietitian in to downgrade her diet. and her daughter was able to get that denture from her because the woman had been wearing the denture, chewing, choking on her food because she couldn't chew good because the denture was mobile. So that camera does amazing. So just to be able, that's that, and now because it's so thanks to COVID, there's so many now teledentistry companies out there, the cameras are not that expensive anymore and we can afford it more. Now the scanners are kind of new, we got to kind of wait till that wear down to get those to the nursing homes, but they will be spot on because telehealth has been doing this forever. So they have all the greatest equipment. They have a whole X-ray thing that they can see if it's a broken hip. They can almost lay a person on it in a nursing home, roll it in. You know, I'm serious.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh wow. So it's time, it's now with the scanners, with the AI, with the sodium in their mobile units, we're able to bring comprehensive dentistry to people in indigent populations, indigent settings. This is going to be great for pediatric dentistry in rural areas like Texas and different things like that, where there's a dental disparity in those areas. So there's so many things on horizon that mobile dentistry is bringing forth. So this is so important that you guys are doing what you're doing, because teledentistry and mobile dentistry is here to stay. It's not a niche.
It is.
It's here. And it's in our face, and
it's leading the way
fun,
too.
it's exciting, and it's not taken away from the brick and mortar buildings. It's an addition. It's more money you can make if you utilize it and broaden our horizons and broaden how we think and how we see dentistry. If nothing else, this pandemic should have taught each of us to think outside of the box, to think differently, and to see dentistry differently. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Sonya, I am so glad.
Forward.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. And the reality is, you know, we'll always have organizations like yours that are mobile only, right?
Right.
But what we've realized is that the future is that most mobile is going to take place in collaboration with a fixed dental practice.
Absolutely, Em.
That's one of the myths that we've been working hard to bust. Is we'll have practice owners coming up to us and saying, "Hey, I just don't want to have a mobile practice. I'm not comfortable with being only mobile." And we say, "You have your fixed practice, and then you have arms into the community. You have a teledental
Absolutely.
arm."
Yes.
And so it's this hybrid hub and spoke model that is the way of the future. And once practice owners understand that, then they can think outside the box, and the wheels start to turn, right?
They do.
Yeah.
Yep. The
That's good,
innovation of this. Yeah. Melissa, you touched on a great point. Sonya, I mean, unbelievable. Like you said, like telling us about the story about that old woman you took care of, like, bless your heart. Thank you for going above and beyond in that aspect. That is so, so sad. And I'm so glad you could help her and get the things moving for her in the right direction. And like, just going back to, like you guys were saying, this is the way forward. This is getting outreach to the community. I think this is the best way to advance. I think, if you can be able to be more a part of your community and have, another sector on wheels and help out, what are you waiting for? Like, it's just so great to be able to be having, like you said, those extensions of arms. If they could think of it that way, this is definitely the way the future is going. Like, mobile dentistry is just so amazing in the way you guys can offer care. And how I think, hygienists can get out there and not have to stay at the brick and mortar, but actually be at people's homes right now with people being so afraid when dentistry is still so essential. So I wanted to also bring me to one of my favorite questions to ask you both with moving forward with this community. I just kind of wanted to hear what you guys have been up to when it comes to getting ready for the conference. And maybe, I know I'm excited because you guys were just out and about, and kind of wanted you guys to share with us just kind of a couple highlights. So before people can show up, I know you guys are on your last minute tickets here. So kind of wanted to hear about your guys' highlights and what this is going to feature for our listeners.
Well, one thing, I want to start back and come forward.
Yes.
And I'll of course let Em jump in. One big thing that we're excited to bring forward, I'm gonna hit on two things. One thing is that we're excited to be able to offer through our alliance, American Mobile and Teledentistry Alliance. We're excited to be able to offer free to students, dental and dental hygiene
Mhm.
students. They could attend the conference for free, of course, with proper ID or with the school information, because we would like to give back. We like to educate students in dentistry and dental hygiene about mobile and teledentistry. So what you learn in school kind of follows you. So even if they do not come out of school using it right away, they're aware of what's going on in their communities, because we have people come from all around the country to our conferences. So we're excited about that. And the second thing this year, we were able to partnership with the Denobis, and that's the dental award. It's a red
Exciting.
carpet gala that honors dental professionals,
Mhm.
dentists, dental hygienists, front office management, dental assistants, dental therapists, dental techs, lab techs.
Yes.
But if they've been nominated, they're going to get an award for what they did. And we had so many heroes in 2020. So
Mhm.
that Denobis is an award event. It's been sponsored, and we're excited to be partnering with that event. And it's
Yes.
going to be the last day of the event. It's a black tie event, and it's going to be simply amazing. And anybody who's at the event have free, if you already have a ticket, you have free access to that. And we're excited about that. And we want as many people to jump on. If they're not coming to the conference and they just want to see the Denobis, they're welcome
Yes.
to do that as well with the ticket. But we need to celebrate one another, because we all got through this together. And we're still getting through this together. It's all of us doing this. So
Mhm.
we just want to cheer for those who just went up and beyond the line of duty and celebrate with them. So we're
right.
excited to be
Yes.
doing the Denobis. And that's just two of the things. Melissa can talk maybe a little bit about some of the speakers, but this conference is everything. So go talk about what you want to say.
Oh my gosh, I'm still stuck on the Denobi Awards. I'm just thrilled that we could partner with them this year. I mean, I feel like 2021 is the year to kind of get back on track and celebrate.
Yes.
Like we're going to get back in
101.
focus. We're going to celebrate being a human in dentistry.
Yes.
And the Denobi Awards are a perfect time to be launched, because
Mhm.
it's needed. So we're thrilled to dress up. Let's just be honest.
Mhm.
on Saturday night at the conference. But even if you're virtually attending, just put on your fanciest pajamas and get a glass of bubbly and you just enjoy, right? That's
Mhm.
the name of the game. But with the conference, we are thrilled. We are thrilled this year because the theme is new technology, new opportunities, and new future. And we chose,
Perfect.
our team chose this theme years ago, before COVID was even, right, a
Mhm.
thing. And so how fitting is it to have this theme, to be able to focus on the technology that is going to move dentistry forward, that is going to move care delivery forward.
Mhm.
So our keynote speaker, we are thrilled to have Dr. Lou Schumann, the king of technology himself, coming along and speaking for the keynote. We've got so many other tech companies coming and speaking and sharing. And on Thursday, we're having a pre-conference teledentistry workshop that's hosted by Mouthwatch. So we're excited for that. So you can get some hands-on experience, and there will even be a virtual component to that too. So if you can't make it there in person, you can still tune in and listen as they walk you through how to use teledentistry, how it plays out in an appointment, and things like that. And then let's not forget about mobile dentistry. I mean, what we've
Right.
seen this year is that patient touch points are everything. The more we can have and find creative patient touch points, the more trust is built up between the provider and the patient. And so care delivery, telehealth, these kinds of things are what has given us answers really in a year where there were no answers.
Absolutely.
And so we'd like to thank, just before we get off, we'd like to thank all of the dental professionals who have experience in teledentistry and mobile dentistry, who have spoken out during this time and helped colleagues find answers and helped consult with them and help them implement these things into their practice, because it's a team effort and we've seen some really amazing stories.
Yes, I
That's
couldn't
true.
agree more. That's so touching, because like everyone is been such leaders in this, and we've all been getting through it. It's all been a chain reaction, and everyone's just been
Absolutely.
so helpful. At the end of the day, everyone wants to see everyone succeed. Like, it's been a hard year. Like, everyone wants to come out of this stronger. So I couldn't agree with you more in saying, like, you know, way to go to everybody out there, all the dentists, all the registered dental hygienists, all the office teams putting in the work, because it's not been an easy year, and it's going to be so great. Like you guys said, 21, and definitely hoping to see the light, the normalcy. Yes. And I think you guys are kicking it off right with your guys' conference. And I just know, like, you guys touched on those really amazing events. So I'm going to link that down below for anyone watching this so they can go check it out. Right now, we might want to discuss with the listeners.
Well, I've also incorporated Teledentix.
Okay, Teledentix. Okay.
I like Teledentix. I like their platform. And I've also tapped into a little bit, dabble with my team with Dentulu. So
Okay.
that's a little different. It's a different area, but it also gives you arms when you're dealing with multiple teams. And in 2020, was it last year? It was last year, because this is January. We started going into the group homes, and
Okay.
for special need adults.
Mhm.
We got a contract with about 30 group homes here, but each home maybe have about 3 or 4 people that stay in the homes. So I was able to develop a little cohort of hygienists, and Dentulu was one of the programs that we were looking at to kind of, I still have to get it where it can work for all of our teams and we can see the flow, but it's
Mhm.
a very interesting platform that I'm excited to be learning more about.
And is this type of platform like helping you guys like with communication throughout? So it's like a
Yes,
software
yes,
piece. Awesome. Because I'm going to definitely look into that too, because I've been hearing some stuff about, like, you guys have probably heard of this, maybe Asana. It's a
yes.
software. So is that something in that same realm possibly?
No, a Dentulu is more like a Uber where the pay
Okay. See,
it
that's a good
has like
aspect to know.
where the patient can pick their clinician,
Okay.
and then it's the patient has to download something and the clinician has to have something. So that's kind of challenging getting in like the geriatric population or the special needs population
Hmm.
to understand that. So that's what we're trying to work out with that.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, and
Oh,
what we're
sorry, go ahead.
seeing, no, I think just to piggyback off of that, what we're seeing are a lot of these software companies and platforms are kind of experimenting, and they each have a different angle for
Hmm.
teledentistry or mobile
Yes.
dentistry. They each fill in their own kind of niche. And what we'll
Yes.
see, I think, in the next 24 months or so is kind of a conglomeration of them coming together and saying, okay, let's round this out. Let's work with the
Hmm.
practice management software and EHR platform and
Right.
really have a full, offering of
Mm-hmm.
things to offer
Yes.
those who want to implement this in the practice. So right now, if you want to provide teledentistry or mobile dentistry, you still kind of have to piece it together, and soon we'll see it come together even more.
Well, thank you guys for sharing all these amazing pearls about teledentistry and mobile dentistry with us today. Our listeners are going to have such great nuggets to take back and start implementing if they're wanting to look into this. And I am very, very excited to be attending your guys' show. And I'm also going to put the show link down below for our listeners today. So thank you guys both so much for being here. And before we wrap up, is there anywhere you guys could both touch on where our listeners can go follow you? And if they have questions, where they can reach out?
Yes, one thing I do want to tell them is to please follow us on Dentistry Gone Wild. It's the official Mobile and Teledentistry podcast, and the podcast airs every Monday. But there's a library on YouTube and on our podcast Dentistry Gone Wild platform, and it's just a wealth of information, anything and everything that you can think about wanting to know about mobile and teledentistry is there. And we would also like to see anyone that's interested or have an idea that they're interested in mobile or teledentistry to join us in Orlando March 4th through 6th in person or virtual. We would love to have you there. It's going to be a wealth of information there. Melissa, you can share where it's at, because I'm just drawing a brain fog right now because I am the geriatric Toothfairy, so I can do that. Okay, that
Yes.
part.
Yes.
So we cannot wait to see you guys. Like Sonya was saying, we can't wait to see you all either in person in Orlando or virtually in your fancy pajamas. You could be in your bed. I mean, I might be a little jealous that you guys get to watch all this in your
Yes.
bed. But if you want to contact us, you can find Sonya Dunbar or Melissa Turner on Facebook, of course. Or one of the easiest ways is to go to the conference website, nmdconference.com, nmdconference.com, and hit contact us. And eventually our team will send that to us and we'll reach out because we love conversation. We love to hear your stories and we want to know what your dreams and passions are. So please reach out.
Yes, you guys heard it here. Make sure if you guys have any questions, reach out to these amazing ladies. They have so much to share with you. And again, thank you both so much for being on this show. It was such an awesome opportunity. It was such a pleasure talking teledentistry and tech with you both.
Thank you,
Bye.
Ellie.
Bye.